Spartans will be looking to go for points difference. You would expect them to win this game. And they'll be sitting there, looking at the top of the table, how tight it is, and they'll be wanting every single game here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some quite quick sets.
That middle ball is picked up by Raptors, though.
Oh, that's an unbelievable... Oh, what a catch. I was about to say, what a shot from Lucy Barrington, but it's caught behind. That's very unlucky, but a great catch from the Raptors.
Are you a fan of the ricochet catch or not a fan? It's a very Marmite sort of rule, I guess.
It's Marmite, depending on who it's happening to. If it's happening to you, it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But if you're getting a ricochet catch, then happy days. I mean, I had one earlier where it hit 3 people, caught by the 4th.
Oh.
That was one I had earlier against Spartans.
Fuming.
Oh, man. Couldn't believe it. Even got a blue card for swearing.
Oh, and
there you go. That ricochet hit. See, another one of these rules. It's interesting.
Yeah. And that ball just bouncing before Lottie Millington.
Oh, a great standing counter from Bateman. Just as her arm was up, it's perfect timing. Couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. And that's what you're looking for. It's that position that you set your body into, that when you're sort of in that wide stance, I guess, as you're throwing.
Yeah. Yeah, you see Becky Harper's got that very kind of high wind-up with her arm right in the air. So it does leave her body. She gets some good power behind it, which is why it's a good throw, but it does leave her body quite open for, as it just happened, standing counter. Oh, I thought that hit. Amy Jones getting out of the way of that one well.
Interesting to only throw the single, but as Bateman throws the single, Meg White, that's her bread and butter.
That is her bread and butter. Bateman getting baited, unfortunately. Yeah, see that control from Spartans there. Like, they could have quite easily gone up and thrown, but they knew they had ball possession.
It's
so
the discipline, you know.
Very good discipline.
Would you say that's somewhat the meta of play style in a lot of the teams, that you're holding, you're waiting for those 3 instead of running counter?
Well, it seems to be. If you compare in the men, for example, Meteors and Spartans, 2 top in the league, of course, the Spartans tend to come out on top just because they're so disciplined, and they're waiting for Meteors to have a mistake, you know, try and go for those kind of clutch plays that don't always come out. So, yes, that seems to be the meta these days. Bit boring, if you ask me.
Yeah, Holly Edmonds against 3 very experienced dodgeballers. Oh, great catch. It's what she was known for. You know, she took a long break out from dodgeball, but she seems to be back, sort of.
Seems to be one of Reefham's finest. There's a few of us around. Blocked into the floor, I think. Yeah, that was a great catch. Bringing back Manon as well. Manon's got a decent arm. And a draw.
Yeah. And Raptors will happily take that.
That's what I was saying earlier with these clutch plays. Like, we saw Spartans pretty much dominate most of that game, but then Raptors come in with a clutch play and then draw the set. So, yeah. Interesting game to come, I should think.
So obviously that first set, a draw, so both teams do take 1 point.
Oh, another double hit.
This time in the other way.
Exactly. Yeah, Barrington with that kind of cross court is almost, you know, more likely to kind of get these kind of glancing hits onto another player. So, yeah, very effective, and that worked very well just then. Ooh, spin through.
Bateman happily going to pressure high up into that court, is where she likes playing.
Yeah, Raptors seem to be preferring playing with the 2 balls rather than the 3. Just that reason. Wow, what a great catch from Bateman.
There's that split decision where Millington looks for that catch there. You know, it's the one that she likes to take that round that chest area, even move it into it sometimes.
about to say, there's about 4 or 5 exchanges there where there wasn't any players out. It was great dodging from both teams. Raptors seem to be not focusing just on one person with 2 balls, which is interesting. They're going for like a split call, going at 2 separate targets. Whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure, but an interesting way of doing it. Nice standing.
Really nice. It does obviously give Spartans 5 balls, but none find the target.
Interesting. Bateman as well, just getting out of the way of those.
Good timing, and sometimes that can somewhat be the curse, that when they're timed so perfectly, it's a nice, easy dodge for some players.
Yeah, because you only have to make 1 movement rather than 4 or 5 movements if they're all coming at different times. Yes, they're less likely to be caught, but it does mean that you can kind of force a movement, then get a hit once they've made the big dodge or whatever they've done. Can't be a catch there, surely not. It was hit into the ground, it's got to be out. Yeah, Meg White's just questioning whether that was a catch or not.
I think she makes the catch, then puts her hand down.
I think she just caught it using the floor, so I don't think that should count as a catch.
That would be down to mostly the line refs that probably have the better view closer towards Meg White.
Yeah, they're also arguing whether she went over the back line, which I think she did, but yeah, I'm not sure if the catch should have counted in the first place, but you know, it's up to the refs, and I'm sure they got a better view than I do. And so they have put it as a catch and out.
Lancaster against Jones there, I believe.
So Alex Lancaster left in for Raptors, Welsh international. Spartans take that set. Great control at the end. Great catch from Meg White. That kind of turned it round. They were 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Ended up with 3-on-1. And yeah, you'd expect them to see out the set from there.
And it's that positive trace that Meg White is always looking for. She knows she's always going to look at securing that catch.
Oh. Lottie getting the catch eventually.
Yep.
Karen with that kind of bowling arm, it's so unpredictable, so hard to play against, because it's kind of, not only does it's hard to know when she's going to release, so you don't know where it's going to come from, but it also curls as well in the air. Oh, I don't think that was it. Hit as well. Fair enough, refs.
Personally thought that was a bounce, but rest closer up, call that as
It's a great catch in the first place, so
yeah, really
she got
nice
a catch regardless, but yeah.
It's that sort of like knees inward that she's always making that catch. She gets down so low. And
it's a great hit from Holly Evans.
Yeah. Maybe the problem that when you find yourself a little taller than others, it's hard sometimes to pick the legs up sort of on that. Holly Edmonds has obviously read into that, and the low sort of throw comes from her taking out Barrington.
Yeah. That's a nice block. Oh. Oh, she blocked it to a player. Oh dear. Maybe it wasn't such a nice block. Spartans up by 1 player again in this set. This is where we'll probably see their control come out. Yeah, see only 1 ball being thrown there.
And a defensive single ball as well.
Yeah, from the middle, you've got both wingers sat on the outside, ready to press or protect as needed. So, yeah, very safe throw there from the Spartans. Oh, that ball's rolling.
Unlucky there because, you know, somewhat maybe a little bit of the retriever not catching the ball before it comes back onto court. Obviously, Spartans then happily going to pressure with a 3 to get that 4th ball.
Great dodging.
Yeah, Dixon, however, finds the dodge.
Yeah, the same thing with St George's. We do have a gap at the back of the court on the far side there, but the wall is still obviously a hard wall, so the balls do end up bouncing, and it's a little bit more difficult on that side to keep retention of the balls. So it can make a difference coming into from first to second half, basically, when you swap sides.
that swinging sort of like when Amy Jones throws, it's you know, it's got so much power, but it's got the dip on it.
Yeah,
it's so hard to read.
A good amount of spin as well.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying about Karen's, Amy's also does that. She can get the kind of curl across, but she can also do like backspin as well. So it's quite unpredictable, and it's got a good amount of power. So yeah, it's a very good throw. That's a great hit. And another very controlled Spartans win there. Raptors are staying in it all the way into the end of the set, so they're doing some great dodges. I think they're just not making the most of when they do have the balls. Need to try and make those hits, be aggressive, be positive.
It's the composure from Spartans every time, though. Even if they're losing those couple of players early on, or they're going down in those sets, it's sort of the composure, because every set has almost gone to 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure it has, and it's that sort of composure throughout the 3 minutes and making the right decisions at the right times.
Absolutely. So we just had one change here. Meg White comes off. Garlisa Storch takes her place. Another strong winger. See what she brings.
Recently back from injury, I believe, also.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I was going to say I haven't seen her for a while.
So the two different targets again, and it does catch Spartans a little off guard there. Barrington, I think, tracks the first one that's coming way away from her, and the second one catches her a little off guard.
Yeah, this is this kind of like unpredictability that I was talking about before this game started. I don't think you'd see a play like that coming from Spartans, for example. But Raptors made that work. It's not going to work every time, but they made that work.
And that ball not quite retrieved by Matt Mans, who sprints to the centre line to try and retrieve the third for Spartans.
Great dodge. Very nice exchange there from Spartans. Some really good dodging. And then the trade there, obviously managing to get out of the way.
Plenty of power behind that throw, that on the wing there. And it's what you're looking for, it's that high press up court and making sure that when you're going into a running counter that you're taking those couple of steps early on.
Absolutely. Great press. Oh, that's a shot though.
Oh, great shot.
Unbelievable shot. Just from a standing start as well. Oof.
But the play ball was on for Raptors, so they had to release the other one, and now...
Oh, another one! That is huge. And then the hit. Fair enough. Okay.
I think Becky Arbors was not valid.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that was quite the exchange there.
Yeah.
Alex Lancaster with two very good standing counters.
But Millington,
yeah, it does make a couple of hits there, so it brings it back to 2-all.
Just under 10 seconds now, so they will have to play some smart dodgeball. Play ball is on. Will Raptors look for the catch, or will they dodge out the way?
Lottie with another hit. I think that's 3 hits.
Oh, that's very good from
2-1.
And it's what we spoke about at the start of the set, the composure at the end. You know, didn't need to rush anything, didn't need to push forward to look for the, you know, aggressive hits. They came forward, they threw 2.
No, it was nice. The Storch's ball was a lot higher as well, so it kind of forced the kind of movement upwards, and then Lottie's just straight in the body. So, yeah, very nice throw. Great hit from Lucy. Taking out Alex, that's a big player to get out as well.
Yeah, so
another invalid call. Yeah, Holly's throws they're powerful enough, but they seem to be going very low.
Yeah.
I think that's just caught her out this time. Another 2-target throw from Stafford.
No, they both go for Bateman. That's a good wing play there. Aggressive from Spartans, and just making sure we're going into that final minute now.
Oh, man on.
It's that one that's always just out of reach. You know, when you're on your back foot.
That was in the pocket as well. I've seen it take so many of those. Very unfortunate. With great power. Becky Harp gets a catch in the second time of asking, but very good catch nonetheless. Very nice. Yeah, Spartans in full control mode now. 6 players v1. This will be quite the comeback of the Raptors.
Now, if they do finish this within 20 seconds or so, there will be a minute set.
It bounced anyway.
Bounce first, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure you need to be going for catches like that necessarily, but I suppose if they want the minute set, they want the points, I suppose. And we go to the second half. Spartans come up with a 3, release 1, man on. Oh, she's dropped it. That's unlucky. Great catch from Karen.
Maddie, how do you start the second half?
Press second half. Technical issues for the second half, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, back to this game. Spartans once more in a very commanding position. They've got 4 balls now, 2 players up. Again, we'd expect to see them win this set, and that's a hit first for the catch. Great throwing. Once more, they got 4. Now a 3-player advantage.
So the set timers might be a little out, but we are both underway on those timers now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The score is definitely correct, 9-1 for Spartans at the half, and already down 3 players in this set, so not the start they'd be after in this second half.
That's much better throwing from Stafford. It was together, it's accurate. It's good dodging from Spartans, of course, but I think that's what Stafford needs to do a bit more. Just trust themselves and each other. Go for aggressive and good hits. Good dodging from Holly.
Yeah, it bounces just before it hits her toes, so obviously that ball has become a dead one.
Great ball retrieving from Jack. Look at that. Lovely. Oh. Inches away from Luce Barrington's legs there. But she's got out of the way of it. Another cross court.
It's that cross court that you see from Barrington time and time again. It catches so many people off guard.
It's with the eyes as well. She's not looking anywhere near that side of the court. Opens her body up and throws it over there. So I'm not surprised it catches people out, to be honest. It's hard to read. Very good game management from Spartans. Still maintaining that 3-player advantage. Only releasing when they have to. Holly goes up. That's a fantastic hit. Well done.
Yeah, Becky Harper obviously goes low for that block, but I think in the position that Holly is in, she's sort of like caught the side of her leg, so it's very good that she's gone wide in that play.
So you need kind of like aggressive blocking, is what I'd like to call it, where you really shove your ball into that block. Spartans take that set. Yeah, very controlled from Spartans pretty much that entire game. Raptors didn't really have an answer. They started doing some more stuff at the end, but yeah, Spartans still had enough of a player advantage. Raptors with the 3 this time. Let's see if they do anything with it. Decide to hold.
The score obviously now 11-1. And Spartans will need that at the top of the table. It's that set difference that really is going to sort of separate those top tier teams.
Bateman with the standing counter. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. Basically, they want to win this, but they also want to win it by good margin. 8 set difference is basically nothing at the top of the table.
Yeah.
That's crazy close. So this is doing a lot for them. That's 10 points already difference, so they'll be looking for every single set here. Good block.
for Raptors, a bit of damage management and a damage limitation, sort of at the bottom sort of end of the bottom end of Super League, Women's Super League. You want to, you know, staying up in that Super League does such a big thing for your club, because it almost gets those players in and is interested within your club itself.
Definitely. Well, I mean, even Raptors themselves obviously gained a couple of players even just last season because they are Super League. Lucy Barrington, that cross court again, so effective.
Yeah.
So effective. Yeah, I think when you're in a game like this, I think you basically have to just try and play a game as much as possible and try not to let Spartans in this example force the mistake out of you, because that's what they're looking for. They're waiting for that mistake. They're waiting for you to go for that like high. Can't think of the word. High risk play. There you go. I got there eventually.
And finally, they get that running counter. It makes the 4-on-3 now a 4-on-2. Just under a minute.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I think Spartans, because they've got such great pressure on, Raptors are almost on their way back before they've even thrown it, so the throws aren't as powerful as they normally would be. Gosh, she stayed in court well there. Carrying huge hit on Holly.
Late throw from Barrington as Bateman somewhat picking the ball up, but gets the ball in her hand in perfect time to make that a block.
Yeah, Lucy's always looking for where your eyes are, and if they're not up, she's probably going to be throwing you. Yeah, Bateman's got this interesting curling throw. I like it. I wonder if she's been working on that standing counter. And the finish from Spartans.
Yet again, that set going to time.
Pretty imperious at the moment. Nothing seems to be phasing them in terms of what Raptors are doing. And
sometimes that is the best way to somewhat sort of assess a team, that, you know, that slow play style. It's then not forcing Raptors to do anything aggressive because, you know, they can't afford to, because Spartans are just going to sit back every time.
Yeah. Especially when Spartans more often than not have the possession of the ball, so they're either waiting for a mistake or they've got possession and they're going to be punishing you basically. Yeah, I'm not surprised there's been a timeout called. Raptors really need to regroup and rethink about how they're going to approach this game.
So with 11 set points down, Raptors are going to have to pull something magical out of the bag to turn this game around in that remaining 8 minutes 35. But then they'll be looking for those sets because, like we said, at the bottom of the table, I guess it's just as close on set difference than it is at the top.
I'm sure it is. And games like these, if they are getting, you know, well, anything more than 1 point, so you're looking at anything extra, that's just an added bonus, especially within those battles. Raptors with the 3 once more. I imagine they'll set. See how many they release.
Single ball comes in from Raptors.
It's good dodging from both sides. That's been 3 or 4 throws now where nothing's happened in terms of hits. It's good patient gameplay. But an excellent catch from Karen once more. She's just waiting for people just to throw it like that. She loves it. Great work. And a 2-ball attack takes out Bateman.
Goes a little wide, trying to take that catch out wide, and sometimes they're the ones that pick up the injuries, those sort of...
horrible, bending back fingers, stubbing fingers, nasty. That's a much better throw from Stafford there. They did have the 4 balls, I know, but that was much more well timed and accurate. Need to see more of that, really. She was set for the catch, that's so unlucky. Oh,
I thought she had it.
I thought she had it about 10 times, but yeah.
Pop's just out of reach from her. So now, Holly Edmonds.
On her own once more. Slippery customer. She's not easily out. Decent arm as well. Can catch. She's more known for her agility, getting out of the way, and her throw, of course. What a catch!
Oh my goodness!
Just like that. Take it all back. I take it all back. I'm very sorry. She's known for her nutty catches. Oh, okay. No. Storch taking a very controlled catch there. Edmonds, unfortunately, falling into that trap of throwing directly down. But he just throat. Oh, she's dropped it. Oh. Some miscommunication, a mistake, a very uncommon mistake from Spartans. Almost meant
could have been a costly one.
Could have been a costly one. But they've just about gotten away with that.
Yeah.
Lucy with a quick start, not connecting this time. Oh, and there's 4 balls. Again, and a very uncommon mistake from Spartans. Let's see if, just like last time, let's see if Stafford can make Spartans pay with the 4 balls. No hits either side. Wow.
Very close. Bateman's ball, I think, kind of just curves over the top of Spartans.
Yeah. Becky Harper getting out of the way well there. That was a quick counter from Holly. Just gets herself to the side. It's a very good dodge. Holly with a great counter once more, getting out Barrington. Stafford are up. This is not often we've said that during this game. I wonder if you can make Spartans panic. Oh, it's a great double running. Back equal again.
Both teams equal, 5 players apiece. Can Spartans do anything here? And they do. It's another 1-for-1 trade. Make that a 2-for-1. Bateman and Dixon go out in that play.
Yeah. Great dodge from Becky Harper once more. Being in that middle there, you're often targeted, so it's very important that you can shift yourself about, get yourself moving, and get those dodges in. Oh, great catch! Another ricochet. Whatever you feel about them, they are exciting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Keep it fun and interesting.
Oh, Millington looks for the first one.
That's a very good coordinated attack there from Stafford. Yep. It's what we were talking about in the first half, where they weren't doing. I've seen it a few times where they are doing it, and they are being successful, so let's keep doing that, hopefully. Great standing from Eliza. How am I spelling Eliza? Eliza? Eliza?
Elisa Storch.
Elisa Storch. Oh,
yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I knew that, I promise.
I'm sure I'll be told wrong.
Yeah. Yes. Storch.
That's it, yeah.
That's it.
Single ball from Becky Harper.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you see Spartans release more than 1 ball here. They don't mind if they withdraw their set. It doesn't really make a huge difference for them. There you go. Composure there to finish the draw.
16-2, going into somewhat what could be the final set. Just over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Karen drops one for the first time. Huh? Oh, maybe a bounce. My apologies.
It looked very close.
Yeah, I don't know. Been a long day. My eyes are going all funny. Need a coffee or something.
Single ball, and it just somewhat coming to that end of the 30 minutes. Now, Spartans taking care, I guess, in this final set, which could be a final set. And a double hit. Barrington with that cross court that we've seen so deadly in this game.
It's hard when you've got a ball being given to you.
It's always a tough one because in that ball retriever spot, what do? You're trying to gift that ball because you prove so much more a threat when you have sort of a ball in your hand.
I think it's a bit of a catch-22 because if you give the ball and then they get hit, it's because you gave them the ball, you're distracted.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then if you don't give them the ball, it's like, well, there's nothing
Why
to
did you
protect
not
yourself.
get the ball?
Yeah. Oh, great catch. But you're off the back of the court, though, love.
Yeah, catching out there. Can Holly Edmonds last that 30 seconds, or will Spartans?
I think that answers your question.
There you go. So, one player left in for the side of Raptors now, or 1v5. Now, does she last the 15 seconds, or does Spartans? Oh, and it was less than 15 seconds. Oh, there we go. But that is the end of the game. The final score, Leamington Spartans 18, Stafford Raptors 2.